So, just to remind everybody, just before we get started, that today's session is being recorded. So, if you're watching this live, then please do submit questions via the Q&A on Zoom, and I will, if we have time at the end of the session, I will pass them through. If we don't have time at the end of the session, because we're going for the full hour today, then we will ensure those questions get passed straight over to the team for you to answer them directly. If you're watching this on catch up, you can still submit questions. You just need to send an email through to member services, and the team here will pass them on to Chirag, Nishant, and Himanshu as well to pick up with you directly. So I'll buy out now, and I'll pass over to Nishant, who will take us through the first section.
Thank you, Richard. Good afternoon, everyone. So, as he mentioned that my brief introduction is I'm a chartered accountant. I'm in UAE since last 17 years, ex-KPMG Dubai, and now with the RNG. So, the topic given to me is taxation of the corporation and business law, which popularly known as a corporate tax law, since there are not only the corporate, but the tax is levied on the businesses, hence the name given is the taxation of the corporation as well as businesses. So I was told that in 15 minutes you have to explain the entire law. So I said, entire law? They say, yes, we are box. In 15 minutes we have to explain entire law. I said, okay, great. So let's start with the first slide. I will try to cover entire law in 15 minutes. So here we go. Okay. So the UAE law is very comprehensive law. It contains 17 articles with 60 pages and 20 chapters. So it's very comprehensive, but it's very well worded. I have been to the various law of the world, and what I notice, all the major jurisdiction like the India, the Europe, the USA, like they evolved during 2 3 decades. And here, what we did, we took all the cream part from the entire world. So law is very comprehensive, very small, yet very effective. There are administrative chapters and imposition chapters. So first we'll talk about the administrative chapters. There are chapter number 1 and 2 defined as many as 62 definitions within the law. There are two, like corporate tax has introduced two regime. One is the 0% tax, basic limit of UAE dirham 375,000, 0% tax, and there is something called qualifying free zone businesses. If the free zone businesses indulge into certain activity, then those will be regarded as a qualifying free zone business, and their income will also be subject to the 0% tax. In short, their income will not be taxable since their businesses are located into the free zone. Then, rest all businesses will require to pay 9% corporate tax. Now, again, the 9% is the lowest. I think the one more jurisdiction, the Hungary has the 9%, and the UAE the second one. That way, the rate is very low. Then little bit compliance we will touch upon the registration. Yes, every business established incorporated in the UAE will require to do the registration. So registration is must for the every taxable person, whether there is a tax liability or not, but registration need to be done. Once you register and suppose you liquidate the company or you close the business, then you have to deregister the business. Then what is other compliance requirement? We need to file the return. Now once in a year, as we know worldwide, the corporate tax return need to be filed annually one time. So one return in a year. Then one need to maintain the books of account as per the International Financial Reporting Standard. we have to prepare the financial statement so that from the income statement we can work out profit and taxable income. The one more thing which is very important is the transfer pricing regulation. Transfer pricing regulation is more or less same like the OECD transfer pricing guideline. We took almost everything from there. Within the law there is a article 34, 35, 36, which cover everything including the transfer pricing method. It is very comprehensive, very effective mechanism of transfer pricing regulation. Then tax period is defined. Now what happened on this part of world, we have some businesses maybe more than 200 jurisdictions. So we have businesses from the say Europe, from the Middle East, from the Africa, from the Asia, from the South Asia. Now every jurisdiction has their unique financial year. Like for example, India follow the April to March as their financial year. So what UAE did, UAE has given now liberty to businesses that you can adopt tax period as your financial year. Sometime you have to align your financial year with your headquarters, with your HO. Accordingly, this liberty is given to the businesses, and similar way, tax period will be the as per their financial year. You can seek the clarification from the Federal Tax Authority in advance. There will be a penalties for the registration for the default in compliance of the law, and there are certain transactional rule. They introduced the Article 61, whereby you have to close your books of account at a last day. Now the beauty is, this is the, I think I being 20 years in the profession, first time I am witnessing the new law is coming. It is getting implemented to more than 10,000 businesses. So this is something very different. We born after the law, but here only the law is born after us. So this is very different to see how the new law will be implemented within the business where there was no law. When I arrived in UAE 17 years before, there was not a single fiscal law at all. I used to be in KPMG. I used to ask that how do we do the taxation? How do we do the audit? There is no the vibrant commercial company law. There is no vibrant international financial reporting. Rather, there were no financial statement at all. So only certain businesses, they used to have a headquarter outside Middle East. They need to consolidate their financial statement, or if you seek any financing from the bank, only for that purpose. 20 years back, they used to prepare the financial statement. Time and again we saw some laws, fiscal laws, taxation laws, commercial law is getting implemented. Today we have a one very vibrant indirect tax which called value added tax, VAT. And now they come up with the corporate tax. Corporate tax bring the transfer pricing regulation as well. So it's very interesting for the professional like us, which used to be called the accountant. Now they started to call the chartered accountant and tax consultant. So we'll go on the second chapter, where we will see some of the provision of the imposition and collection of the tax. Oh, it's been okay. Yeah, here we go. So there are certain chapter, very few chapter, very comprehensive. Chapter 3 and 4, it defines the category of person, whereby every juridical person, every non-juridical person, and to certain extent natural person is subject to the corporate tax. Now this is the only jurisdiction. When they announced the corporate tax on 31st January 2022, 1.5 year, almost 2 years ago. So next day I come up on the LinkedIn and I say that since they have not introduced the personal tax, how do they will control the corporate tax? We being here for a long time, we know that 70% is SME closely managed by the owners. So I said that whatever profit will remain with the business, they will take as a salary of the managing partner. Since there is no personal tax, when they come up with the law, we understood they introduced some new concept called a connected person. Accordingly, any income of the owner of the business, director, or a manager need to be benchmarked as per the transfer pricing guidelines. So what they are saying, whatever you pay to the owners, shareholders, partner, it need to be at fair market value. Same need to be benchmarked. Same need to be demonstrated that whether it is need based and it is adequate, not less, not more. So this is how they control. Though there is no personal tax, still a vibrant corporate tax. Then we have a something called a free zone person. Though many jurisdiction has a free zone person, the beauty with the UAE that we have more than 42 free zones. UAE itself is very small region. Out of this, we have a 42 free zone and maybe somewhere around 9,800 free zone businesses. Now, there is a certain benefit extended by such free zone authorities. Accordingly, while making the business, they establish the rule that at least for a 50 years, it will be a tax holidays. When corporate tax came, the fear was all the mainland businesses will shift their businesses into the free zone to get a 0% incentive. So again, government come up with the rules that only if you are a free zone person, if you undertake the qualifying activity, they have defined 14 qualifying activities through the ministerial decision. If you undertake such activities, then only you will be eligible for the 0% corporate tax. So that's also a lot of forth and back discussion is going on the free zone person because 1%, 0%, and 9% is a very big gap. Then there are same like other jurisdiction. There will be a certain expenses which is allowed, certain expenses is not allowed, which is in the personal nature. Um, uh, Transfer pricing, as I said, transfer pricing regulation is almost same as the OECD transfer pricing guidelines. Then losses, suppose the businesses incur the losses once they become a taxable person under the corporate tax law, such losses can be carried forward until and unless business remain the same. So they are saying 50% business remain the same or 50% shareholding remain the same. Indefinitely, you can carry forward the such losses and set up against the future income. Then they come up with forming the tax group. Suppose you have a 10 entities, then you can club, consolidate their books of account, consolidate the profit. In that case, you have to do one registration and one return. So that benefit is also given, and accordingly, you will not require to follow the transfer pricing regulations since the transaction can be eliminated from both the sides. Then calculation manner is almost same as we follow in the other jurisdiction. The one good thing is that along with the law, they introduced the thing called GARS, General Anti-Abuse Rules. When we were trying to benchmark, we saw that it is almost similar to what law is there in UK. We saw that Finance Act to 2013 introduced the vibrant gas in UK, and many of the things are taken from there. Whereas our law is half based on the Netherlands. We tried to compare with the other jurisdiction, and we found that many of the provisions are similar. Even the word is similar to the Netherlands. So that way the lot of mix because ultimately we have to compare our economy is matched with certain jurisdiction in the Europe. We cannot match the UE economy with South Asia or India or China or USA because they are on a bigger scale. And accordingly, all the fiscal laws are based on Europe. So this was the comprehensive presentation on the corporate tax. Now I will be touching upon the timeline since many of our member will be interested in when the corporate tax is coming into the picture. So this is the snapshot of the timeline. The corporate tax was introduced on 31st January 22. They come up with the public consultation document on 28 April 22, and they introduced the guards, as I said, from the October 2022. So they come up guards with the retrospective effect so that people will not start restructuring or doing the aggressive tax planning. Law was introduced on 9th of December 22, and this law is applicable for the tax period start on or after 1st June 2023. Mostly the businesses in UAE follow the calendar year, so their tax period will start from 1st January 2024. So all the income until 31st December 2023 is the tax free. So still we have a 1 month more to go to enjoy the tax free income. All the businesses will require to pay the tax from the 1st January 2024. There are something called a small business relief. So if UAE dirham 3 million revenue, until that there will not be a tax irrespective of the profit. So certain reliefs are extended to the small and medium businesses. And return filing they have provided 9 months. So the first return will go 9 months from the end of the tax period. Any questions? As Richard mentioned, once we'll finish all the presentation, then you can ask all the questions so that every speaker will be answering the question. This is what from my side. Thank you so much hearing me, and over to you, Richard. Mr. Chirag, you are on a mute.
You, Nishant, for the wonderful presentation. It was very insightful on the corporate tax. I know it's very daunting to speak on 10, 15 minutes on the entire law, but you did a wonderful job by giving a brief to our member in other countries. So at least they have a brief when the client asks us what's new coming up, so they know at least to something to talk about. And for further details, they can always contact us. We're always there. Taking further, as Richard mentioned that I'm the second speaker for the day. I would be talking about UAE. What is UAE? What things you have to look at when you are forming a company in UAE, and what benefits UAE as a whole offer. So let's start straight away. Talking about UAE, just to give a brief, interesting facts about the country. So UAE stands for United Arab Emirates, which is formed with seven different emirates. You might have been heard Dubai, which is very popular, but we have another six more emirates, which is called as Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Ajman, Al Quwain. Abu Dhabi being the capital of the country, and of course Dubai is the financial hub over here. Now, UAE, it is a Sheikh kingdom. I mean, each emirate is headed by their each own sheikh, and when we have also a president. So, current president is Highness Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Moving further, as a UAE currency, this is pegged to USD. So, one USD is 3.6725 AED, which is United Arab Emirates. The good thing about over here is we offer, or the Dubai offers, consistency. There is no exchange fluctuation because the currency is pegged with dollar. So the good part about the exporters, importers, especially who are dealing with foreign trade, they don't have to worry for currency fluctuation. They can just do their business. How much is today the rate? After 2 years, after 2 months, the rate is fixed, which is again one of the important element about UAE. Going further down the line, foreign policy. I've not heard that UAE is having any kind of political instability or any kind of political issues with any country. There are more than 100 nationalities living peacefully here with neither the concern what is happening around the borders or anywhere in the world. UAE is always diplomatic and always giving aid, and financial stability to any other country if they need any kind of help. Plus, again, and you can say a feather in the cap, that everything is 24 by 7. Literally, why? Because the government has went to paperless. You visit any government department, you will not find any printer. Not only is this sustainable, but it enforces that everything is digital, everything is transparent. You don't have to stand in the queue. Nowadays I can see literally there are robots operating in the government centers. You can talk to robots with interactive. It's not like that you just click the button and they say no. They're interacting real time. So UAE has embraced artificial intelligence so well that, and they empower to be the IT hub going forward. So this is about a little bit facts about UAE. Now let's go to business. So before you start any business, of course, we have to do some kind of homework. So let's first discuss what basic housekeeping things you have to take care before you think or you start the company formation process. First and foremost is the authority, because UAE, it might be a small country, but when you come to business setup, you have to think which authority you want to open the company with. We have different concept, like we have concept called mainland, free zone, and offshore. Each offers their unique advantages and disadvantages. If we talk about number of free zones, there are more than 50 free zones in UAE. Each offer their unique advantages. Like if you talk about DMCC, it is mostly concerned for diamond traders or for commodities. If you talk about Dubai Internet City, it is mostly for the IT companies. Then if you talk about Jebel Ali Free Zone, it mostly talks about the companies who are trading or they need a port and a warehouse. So we offer, let's say UE offers a hub for each and every business, whether you are IT company, whether you are diamond trader, whether or you are just a simple trader. It offers unique advantages because it understands that each business is unique. You cannot have one authority literally for all the companies. No, one size cannot fit all. So it has tailor made the authorities itself for the business. So first and foremost is the authority, what type of business it is, where is the customer base, whether you would be selling in the UAE or you would be just doing third post shipment, like buying from country A and selling to country B. Then maybe you can go to free zone. Or if you are selling locally in Dubai, then you have to go for mainland. So these are the different parameters that we have to check for each thing. Then going forward, after we have decided for the authority, the next step is legal structure. What type of structure it would be? Now structure, it can be standalone company. It means the individual, like say Nishant or Himanshu, he would be himself be the owner in the company. If you talk about subsidiary or a branch, it means they have one parent company, like say in UK, and that company would be the shareholder of this company. So in each structure, the documentation, the timeline changes. Moreover, we have to also see who is the UBO, who is controlling, who would be signatory. So accordingly, we have to design the board resolution of the company, and all these documents has to be attested and notarized from the embassy, which we all know it takes time plus money. So we have to be very cautious while deciding these parameters. Moving forward, again, important element is the office. What type of office? Or you don't need an office, you need a warehouse. So again, very important element, because it all contains time. Time is money. You are setting a new venture over here. We don't want to waste our money as this. No, we have to see each and every element very minutely, because once a decision is taken, once the amount is paid, you cannot get it back. It's gone. You have to again pay it, which again will waste your money. Now coming to office, again UAE before pandemic itself, it has offered very unique solution which is called flexi desk, or the desk itself. What it means that you don't need a physical office. You can work from your home, or like say Starbucks or any other shop. As you can see that nowadays you don't need physical offices. Gone are those days. Or if you need the office, maybe you can work with a service center in which they have already bigger offices, and they do partition for small offices where you just plug and play. You just come with a laptop and do the work. That's it. So UE offers, as I mentioned, every kind of alternative solution, but you have to be very careful what needs you, what satisfy your requirement. It may be in starting you can go with a normal desk, but in future you want to expand, you can take a physical office. That is possible. This is what UE offers. It is very very flexible according to you. What UE says is, you tell us what you need and we are here to give it. This is about UE. So once we have planned for the business, then the next step, let's go to the next step. What is the next step of the formation, which is starting? So let's say how to start the company formation process. So first and foremost is registration. So once we have decided who is the shareholder, who is the authority, and what office you need, then we go to the particular authority and register the company. So company registration is again very simple, easy to use process. Everything can be managed online. You don't have to travel all the way to Dubai to do the company setup. My team is there. They are able to manage offline remotely all your company registration process. So once the company is formed, then the next step is for the UAE resident visa. For the resident visa, the person has to travel here, because before they give visa, they do biometrics, they do medical examination. So for this, unfortunately, the technology is not yet evolved that you can do the biometrics through a Zoom or through a Teams call. You have to travel all the way. But again, that's very quick. They also offer a normal service, a VIP service, and a VVIP service. Can you imagine? So we have three different sizes. Depends upon you which one you want. Let's say if you're the CEO of the company, you go for VVIP service. That's what the way offers. As I mentioned, what you want, you tell us. Accordingly, we'll do. Obviously, the VVIP will cost more, but in that case, you will be getting very quick service, door to door kind of service. So once the visa application is done, then obviously the next step is for the bank account opening. Yes, unfortunately, or fortunately, you can say that bank account opening is taking a little bit more time nowadays, because the bankers are scrutinizing each and every application very digitally. Generally, it takes some time to open the bank account, but what we offer is we don't take the bank account at the end. What we do is we start the process from first itself, because we know that what bankers would be needing. So we tell the client in advance that these are the set of requirements what bankers would be needing, so don't wait for the last moment and prepare now. In this way we will save the time. So once this is done, the company is open, you can start the operations of the company. Congratulations. So once the company is set up, then we talk about running. By running, I mean to say what type of different compliances a new company or existing company has to taken care of. Obviously, it would not be possible to discuss each topic very detailed. Maybe we can have a separate webinar on each topic, but I will just cover a brief of all the compliances, so you at least know what is expected for a normal business over here in the UAE. So first and foremost, my favorite topic is taxation. Obviously, Nishant has covered one of the topic, which is corporate tax, and there are other taxes as well over here, which is first is value added tax VAT, which is again very simple. We have only two rate, 0% and 5%, which is applicable on both goods and services. Then we have customs. So anything you import over here, customs rate again very simple, only one rate, which is 5%. And we have a corporate tax already discussed, and we have the excise tax. So excise tax is normally on only products like energy drinks, or the sugary drinks, just on the cigarettes and tobacco, because these are goods not considered good for the health. And just to prevent the misuse of it, the government has introduced excise. Moving forward from the taxation, the next category we have over is other compliances, starting with accounting, auditing, labor laws. UBO stands for Ultimate Beneficial Owner. Then we have anti-money laundering, economic substance regulation, and others. So I will just touch upon a little bit on each of them. Like accounting, as we all know over here, we follow IFRS. which is as per international financial reporting standards. So UAE again, it has not says no, you follow my standard as per UAE. Say no, you follow international standards, because UAE always want to benchmark itself with the international level. And they understand that if a company is coming from, let's say, from a UK or from a USA background, they must be already be following the standards, and they're aware of it, so they don't have to learn some new standards. Obviously there will little bit tweaks, but not as such. Then for the audit, similar concept, statutory audit after the end of the year, which is the international best practice. Labor laws, again, just to protect the rights of the laborers, especially the blue collars, because over here there's a lot of construction companies over here, so it protects the labor. They want to make sure that rights are protected. So over here we have a concept called WPS, which is called wage protection system. It makes sure that the employee receives salary within the time given by the government. If they don't receive, then the owner gets a notification first as a warning, and second time if it gets again delay, then straight away they cancel their label, which again are very good and unique thing which it offers. It protects and it tracks that whether each company is paying the salary on time or no. Then further we have ultimate beneficial owner, which was recently introduced. Anti-money laundering, again one of my favorite. It prevents the misuse of of getting illegal or the bad money into the economy. ESR stands for economic substance regulation. It again, why it was introduced, just to make sure that the company is not a shell company and there is some substance in the company. Going forward, is renewals. This is very unique in this part of the world, because like in any other jurisdiction, generally when you open a company, you don't have to renew every year. But over here, generally the license or the company registration document is has to be renewed every year. So we have to be very careful and be aware what is the expiry date, so you don't miss it. But what we offer again is, we maintain a track record of every company when is the renewal date, so we don't wait for the last moment. And before that, let's say, we keep a target of 30 days. So before 30 days we start the transaction, because there might be some leaves or some emergency, so do not wait for the last moment. Again, visas over here generally is issued for 2 years. Of course we have also golden visa, which Himanshu will also throw light something on it. So golden visa is issued for 10 years. So if you invest in some real estate property over here, you can get 10 years golden visa. Office tenancy, again, is issued for 1 year, so please make sure you renew in time. Going forward, this is about the company formation. That's the last slide, and then I would be handing over to Himanshu. This is about what UAE offers at the land of opportunities. First one, strategic location. So if you see, UAE called middle. Why? Because it is located just exactly in the middle of Europe, Asia, and Africa. So it is very convenient, very cost effective if you want to move your goods around, and that is why many companies have placed their headquarters in UAE. Moving forward, as we discussed about free zone, each kind of industry we have a dedicated free zone which offers simplified process procedure with 100% foreign ownership and 100% capital repatriation is allowed. There is no such of a restriction to send your money back. Further, there is no personal income tax yet as of the moment. There is only other taxes like corporate tax and VAT, which is again a very minimum single digit. Then infrastructure and safety. I think you guys have already been known about what Dubai offers in terms of quality, world class infrastructure and state of art facilities. So I will not be discussing further. And of course, business friendly environment. I have not seen any kind of bribes or illicit payments over here. Everything is simple, everything is online. Just go step by step and the transaction is done. And in the last, as I mentioned, we have more than 100 plus nationalities working over here. So any type of profession you need, any type of nationality you need is readily available. So as a businessman, you don't have to literally break your head in getting the right kind of people. And there's a saying that you take care of your people and people will take care of your business. So over here you will find all the right kind of people. This is from my side. I would be handing over to Himanshu.
Thank you, Chirag, for the wonderful presentation on company setup in Dubai. Now I am taking forward for Dubai real estate overview. and Dubai market has been performing really well since last 2 years, and we have been hearing a lot of news of transactions records happening, and people from across the world are coming to Dubai for investment. So before one second. Yes, so before understanding why to invest in Dubai, we need to understand why Dubai. So, as Chirag recently mentioned, there are few benefits which are important for people to invest. First is Dubai is a cosmopolitan place where people from 200 nationalities are living. There is no country in the world where all the nationalities are amalgamating so quickly and living peacefully in tolerant way. So we have people from India, from Europe, from US, from Africa, all the people living happily. Then, in terms of economy, last year Dubai economy has grown by 3%, and IMF, as per the IMF, the economic growth rate would be hovering around 4 to 5%. Now, in terms of infrastructure, it is one of the best in the world. You have public transport, you have buses, the roads are fantastic. We don't have traffic jams or pollution. All these things are not there. So people from so it has become a people magnet. Citizens from across the world are coming to Dubai for business, for leisure. If I have to talk about the tourism numbers, I have given here the rate of tourism in Dubai, which is astonishing. Last year, the visitors which came to Dubai was 23.5 million, which was the highest in the world. Even Dubai has surpassed tourist destinations like London and Bangkok. So, since last couple of years, it is the number one destination in the world where events like FIFA World Cup in Qatar and Dubai Expo, everything has benefited out of this. Now to move ahead, why Dubai and what are the benefits of investing into Dubai? So current population of Dubai is 3.5 million people are living. And as per the economic of 2040, the total population in 2040 would be 7.8 million people will be living, and every year it is being increased by 100,000. That's why we see a lot of boom in the population, a lot of boom in the infrastructure, and people from across the world are investing into Dubai real estate. The advantage for Dubai is, as Chirag recently mentioned, 100% tax free income. There is literally zero tax on investment into real estate. There is zero tax on capital gain, and there is no tax on rental profit also. So, this gives a significant advantage to investors who are looking to grow their capital, who want to park the money, and that's why we see a lot of transactions in the luxury market segment where people are just attracted because of the safety this city provides. It is ranked as one of the most safest city in the world continuously. It was last year, it was third safest city and by numero, and eighth safest city globally according to the report. In terms of business, most of the headquarters, regional headquarters I am talking about, 70% of the Fortune 500 companies are having their regional headquarters in of Middle East in Dubai. So as I know, the audience here is of different countries, so they can look forward to Dubai as set up their base, and also they can plan their expansion in Middle East market where they can cover Asia, Africa, and Europe. Now, if I compare Dubai market with other major global destinations like Morocco or New York or London, the piece of real estate in Dubai you can purchase in $1 million is almost 1100 square feet, which is one of the lowest in the world, as you can see in the site. Whereas similar $1 million in London, New York, Hong Kong, Los Angeles, Paris, you can only buy 300 square feet to 500 square feet. So Dubai real estate is relatively cheaper than comparable to other global peers. That's why we see people from across the world are investing into Dubai. The rental yields are one of the highest. If I talk about rentals, those are 7 to 8%, and places like Palm Jumeirah and downtown have given almost 100% return in last 2 years. And right now, the luxury launches are happening. They have recently launched a new Palm Jebel Ali, where there are a lot of opportunities for next 5 years, where we can double our investment. So these are some of the sales figures of Dubai real estate. This year, we have seen 48% growth in number of transactions. In last 10 months of 11 months of this year, we have seen 93,000 transactions, which is close to 7,500 thousand transactions monthly, which is 43% higher than the last year. So 2023 has been the best year of Dubai real estate in the history of last 30 years, and we are going to like make a record of 100,000 transactions this year, which will be the first in the history of Dubai real estate. Now, what makes Dubai as an investor friendly destination? First of all, they are giving 100% ownership to all the nationalities. There is no restriction of ownership. The money which you are sending will directly go to the developer account. Uh, it goes to a escrow account, which is mandatory for every developer to maintain. And to launch a project, a developer has to minimum put a 20% project value into the escrow account of bank, so that if any difficulty arises, the money can be utilized. To withdraw these funds, developer has to manage a progress certificate from the Dubai Land Department. So here, Dubai Land Department is managing everything. The sector is highly regulated. That's why we don't see any delay in the progress of the project. Then for defect liability, for maintenance, they are giving 10 years warranty. So if you are buying a property, you will get a 10 years property from a developer, which is regulated by the RERA. So we are one of the few groups in UAE which is providing end-to-end solution, starting from company formation, their entire compliance. As soon as a person opens the company, they need office space, they need residential uh, apartments to stay. So we are providing them a one-stop solution where they can come, or they don't even have to come. We will provide them everything at their doorstep. So residential, commercial, we are working with few clients who want to develop a project here. So we are dealing in land also. Plus, we are providing free listing support for on multiple platforms like Dubizzle and Beirut, which are the prominent platform in Dubai. Now, there are two opportunities right now in Dubai real estate market. One is off plan and other one is ready to move in. The difference between these two opportunities are off plan is under construction, which is going to be ready in next couple of years, 2 to 3 years, where you are buying directly with the developer. The money will go to the developer and you will get the lower price and more chances of capital appreciation. And by paying only 30 or 40% of the amount, you can resell the profit and book the profits. And as I said earlier, there are no capital gain tax. There is no tax on the property profit, the profit which is arising from the sale of the property. Then you get 10 years warranty for structural damage to your building. But there are flip side also for this. The challenges generally in off plan market is you have to wait for your property to get ready. There may be some delay due to unforeseen circumstances, but in most of the cases the returns are higher. You can expect 30 to 40% return till possession, and you can also flip the property. On the other side, if I talk about ready to move in property, whether it is a commercial or residential, you have to pay immediate money to obtain the property. But the best part is the rentals in Dubai are 7% to 8% minimum. You can buy a good property in half a million dollar, and you will easily enjoy 7 to 8% return with a mortgage rate of 4.5 5%. Dubai market is slightly different from other markets where you will only get a mortgage on ready property. On off plan or under construction property in Dubai, you can't have mortgage. And obviously, there will be a capital appreciation over long term. So, the most important part I would like to come now, as Chirag mentioned in his presentation. What are the benefits for expat investors in terms of residency or visas? So there are two kind of visas on investment in Dubai property. One is Golden Visa program, which is for 10 years. It was started in 2019, and till now, more than 150,000 Golden Visas have been issued. We need an investment of 2 million dirham, 2 million AED, which is the visa is valid for 10 years, and there is no limit on how long you can be outside the UAE to for visa to be active. So suppose an investor is outside UAE, they can easily invest into a property, they can enjoy the returns, and their visa will be valid for 10 years. Not only the visa is for them, their family, spouse, parents, children, and kids. So sponsor, and even they can sponsor their domestic help like drivers, maids. Everyone can be sponsored. So this has been a game changer. 2 million dirham is not a big amount. That's why we are seeing a lot of response on this. And like in my last 2 years, we have almost given 60 odd golden visas to foreign investors. Now there is one more visa, which is a property investor visa, which is on a lesser amount of 750,000 AED, which is for 2 years. But that visa is valid only for 2 years. You have to get it renewed every 2 years, and you have to be visiting UAE every 6 months to get this visa. If you are in UAE more than 6 months, this visa will become inactive. So there is a difference between golden visa and normal property visa. So that's all from my side. Uh, this is about Dubai real estate. Any questions or anything we are here to answer? I guess we have 6 7 minutes of time.
Well, that was again another very full, very detailed, and very interesting presentation. Thank you very much. Just a question for you, Himanshu. Those visas make things very attractive, don't they?
Yes, it is. That's why Dubai market is performing like anything in last 2 years. And these are the historical highest figures: 93,000 transactions last 11 months. In Dubai history, we have not seen this kind of interest.
Hmm. And sure, just on the kind of the general kind of business conditions, when there are different parts of the world experiencing very high inflation, and there are trouble in other parts of the world, as you say, and you make a case that UAE is very stable at the moment. Do you see that being the future being equally as stable?
Yes, of course, as you rightly mentioned that unfortunately there's been turmoil in other parts of the world, but fortunately Dubai is doing wonders. I was discussing with Himanshu the other day. He's saying that Chirag, not a single office is empty, not a single home is vacant. Everything is fully booked. And even just today, I went to the government department for one of my clients to open the company. And can you imagine? I have to wait 1 hour in the queue to get the token. So people
Wow.
are coming here, they're opening the company left and right. And I will just talk you about a layman language. Generally now
Yeah.
it's holidays time, so we get less traffic because people travel. But now the traffic is marvelous. It's enormous. We have to add now minimum 30 minutes to reach from place A to place B. The people are coming over here left, right, and center, because if you go back from COVID itself, they proved they managed the COVID situation so well that people never imagined. To be honest with you, not a single person, we never heard of any such kind of bad news, such news that unfortunately he or she was not given medical attention, or they were not giving the doses. No, they manage so well. And now, in spite of so much of people coming, the authorities are managing so well. Plus, we have now so many trade fairs, like Gulf Food is happening. Before that, we have Jitex, which is again like a technology fair. You will not imagine, there is no single place to park, and when you go inside the fair, literally there's no space to stand also. I'm seriously, this is the real
Mm.
truth I'm telling. So I invite you all to Dubai. At least come, visit, see with your eyes, and then you take a decision. At least you should have at least one company over here, or just buy a holiday home just for relaxation.
You make a great case for it. So thank you so much. I mean, it was again an interesting and fascinating tour and an brilliant update. So thank you, all three of you. And that Nishant had to leave a little bit for another appointment. So thank you, Himanshu, and thank you very much, Chirag, as well, for your time. If you're watching this on catch up, you still very much have the opportunity to contact and to post questions to our speakers here today. Is just to email through to member services, and they will very happily pass on any questions that you have. So just reminds me to say thank you once again.
Thank you for giving us an opportunity. Thank you so much. Really appreciate.
Thank you so much.